Hi everyone, we're going to be talking about animals. We're going to be talking about their different body parts, their eating skills, their survival skills, and their environment, and how everything just comes into play. So for the engage phase, I originally had a Google slideshow that I posted on the document, but when I was filming it, I couldn't get the camera to turn around, so I just printed out the slideshow to show you. So I'm going to show you a picture of an animal first, and then I do have some questions to prompt the students with just to get them thinking about it. And I think there's about 6 or 7 different animals. So I would go through one animal at a time and then talk about the questions that I had with each animal. And then I would give students about 2 minutes to talk or discuss with their neighbors or whoever is near them about the animal and about the questions that I had or questions they have about the animals to see if they can answer them or spark their curiosity. So first we have a lion. So I put questions over here. I put, what body parts does this animal have? How does this animal protect itself? What do you think this animal eats? What do you think their teeth are like? Because for some of them I did try to show their teeth so you could understand how they can do that. So what does their environment look like is my last question too. And so I would give students about 2 minutes to turn to their neighbors and talk and think about this animal and whatnot. And so going through these questions and prompting them during that time. And so I would keep this up during that 2 minutes. And so then once the 2 minutes is over with, then we would switch to a different animal. And so the next one would be a cow is what I have. And so I have the same questions over here to prompt the students, but I just changed the animal. And so then after I would show the cow, then I would keep that up there and again have them discuss for 2 minutes to their neighbors. So then the next one I have would be a bear. And then we have a fish. And then we have a coyote. And then we have a snake. And so next would be the explore stage. So for this part, I would divide students into small groups, and I would encourage students to talk about what the animals eat, how their teeth and other body parts help protect them, what their environment consists of. And so I provided materials for each student to create their own eating sensory bin. And so this is where I would talk to each group about predator and prey, what that means, bringing up that vocabulary. And then I would give each student in the group the same materials, which would be consisting of different foods, different toy animals, pictures of food items, environmental materials such as grass or dirt or leaves or anything like that. So an example of one that I made looks just like this. So as you can see, I have some grass in there, and then I have a grasshopper and a little coyote for that. And so each student would be able to make their own. I would probably use a Ziploc bag or just like a little box from the Dollar Tree. That way they're able to take it home and show their parents what they made instead of just it being at school. And so then for the explain phase, after each student in every group has created their own eating sensory bin, then I would explain what animal I would have them explain the animal they chose, why they chose that animal, what the animal eats, how their teeth and other body parts protect them, how that animal protects itself, what their environment consists of, and that kind of thing. So I'd have each student explain theirs. And then for the evaluate phase, I would name an animal using the same animals from the slideshow from the pictures that I showed you. And so it would just be the animal that I would show. And so I could either show the animal or I would say the animal. And after that, then I would give a student a whiteboard or a piece of paper. And when I would show the animal or say the animal, then I want them to write down what the animal eats, how the animal protects itself, what environment does the animal live in, and that kind of thing. And so that would go for all of the animals that I did, and then see if they had any more ideas for other animals too. So then for the elaborate phase, I would read the book, What If You Had Animal Teeth by Sandra Markle, and it is illustrated by Howard McWilliam. So I do actually have the book with me, so I'm just going to read it real quick. So what if you had animal teeth? So you've lost your front teeth. Before you know it, 2 new ones will push right into their space. But what if an animal's teeth grew in instead? A beaver. A beaver's front teeth are shaped like chisels and are very sharp. They're perfect for biting off bark and cutting down trees. If you had beaver teeth, your front teeth would never stop growing, so you could gnaw on all the tough stuff you like day after day for all of your life. And so then when I would be reading the book to the students, I would pause throughout each picture and talk about their body parts, how that helps them survive, and their environment. And then we have a great white shark. A great white shark's front teeth are like all its others, 2 inches long with an edge like a steak knife. They're great for biting through super thick things like an elephant seal's skin. If you have great white shark teeth, you'd never have to worry about losing a tooth. There'd always be a new tooth growing behind it, ready to slide into place, and there'd be never a gap in your bite. A narwhal's front teeth do something quite strange. The right one stays small, but the left one grows longer and longer and longer, to nearly 10 feet. Once it's that big, it has a new name. Instead of a tooth, it's called a tusk. What would you use your tusk for if you were a narwhal? Would you poke around to find fish or fight off your enemies? Or would you feel your way through the dark parts of the ocean? Even scientists wonder what a narwhal does with its tusks. And then down here at the bottom, they also have each facts for all animals. And so it says a narwhal's long front tooth grows right through its upper lip. And so that's just fun facts that you could read, but you don't have to. It's just kind of an optional thing. An elephant's front teeth are called tusks too. A male's tusks grow between 5 and 7 inches longer each year of its life. The world record elephant tusk was more than 11 feet long. They're great for digging water holes and pulling up tree roots to munch. If you had elephant tusks as your front teeth, they would be super strong too. You could easily lift and move your bed or even the family car. And no one would bully you, not even tigers. Rattlesnake. A rattlesnake's front teeth are called fangs. They're shaped like hooks and the tips are like needles. They fold up like a pocket knife when the snake closes its mouth and snap forward when it opens wide. If you had rattlesnake fangs, your front teeth would inject deadly venom. So your teeth would be all you'd need to fight off enemies or to catch food to eat. Naked mole rat. A naked mole rat's front teeth are shaped like shovels and are in front of its lips. They're perfect for digging the family's tunnels without getting a mouthful of dirt. If you had a naked mole rat front teeth, you could move each tooth separately to the left or the right. They'd work just like chopsticks for picking up food bite by bite. Vampire bat. A vampire bat's front teeth are triangle-shaped and sharp as razors. They're perfect for scooping out a bit of an animal's skin so they can lap up the blood that flows into the wound. If you had vampire bat front teeth, you wouldn't have to worry about them chipping. Since they'd lack a hard enamel coat, the edges would wear away easily and always stay sharp. Hippopotamus. A hippopotamus's front teeth are long, strong pegs with very sharp edges. They're powerful weapons, so opening wide to show them off helps hippos scare away their enemies and the males to win a mate. If you had hippopotamus front teeth, you never need to brush your teeth. Your upper teeth would grind against your lower ones, keeping them clean and white. Bengal tiger. A Bengal tiger's front teeth are biting six-pack, 4 sharp pegs edged by twin-pointed cones, set between its giant dagger-like canines. They're perfect for scraping feathers off birds and meat off bones. If you had Bengal tiger front teeth, they'd be strongly anchored in your jaw. You could bite and hold tight while dragging something as heavy as 5 times your weight. And also throughout the book, I could also pause and ask them about the different things that the animals would eat too. A crocodile's front teeth are all shaped like cones and have sharp tips. They bite well but come out easily, and new ones grow in very slowly. So a crocodile's front teeth are always changing and are often different sizes. If you had crocodile front teeth, your teeth would stick out when you closed your mouth. You wouldn't need to open wide when you went to the dentist or gave a toothy grin. Camel. A young camel's front teeth are long, strong, and have very sharp edges. They're just right for nipping off tough, thorny desert plants. If you had camel front teeth and ate tough stuff 8 hours a day, as camels do, by the time you are grown up, your front teeth would be no more than stubs. Animal teeth could be cool for a while, but you don't use your front teeth to cut down trees or scare off enemies. You don't need them to dig tunnels or bite really tough stuff. And you never lift the family car with your teeth, even for fun. So what kind of front teeth are right for you? Luckily, you don't have to choose. The teeth that replaces those you lost will be people teeth. They'll be what you need to bite apples, carrots, and corn on the cob. Just what you need to help you talk, and best of all, to show off your smile. And then it talks about where teeth come from and teeth care. And so that's the end of the book. So that would be the last part of the elaborate phase. So then after this, they could go out and they could do worksheets on this. They could go out and play, and they could also, we could do another project related to this as well to build on top of that and adding new vocabulary into that as well. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed.